know me. We are in FMCG sector in Turkey. We do global brands like Nutella, Milka, Red Bull, Ariel, P&G products, Oral-B like Dove, Rexona, goods like this.
Mahir, please don't forget to send the picture.
Yeah, I'm doing that now.
All right.
And I know Mahir before.
Yeah,
Hello, Mahir.
yes, yes. I just realized.
Yeah. Maybe he visited Mega Center with his father for
Yeah,
food,
yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
yes.
He
food
visited me.
trading. Yeah.
He's
And
very
we met
active in
before
Ghana.
that.
He's
Yeah.
very active in Ghana, I know.
Thank you.
MashaAllah.
Erkan's company 4K, they supply FMCG products. They have a tomato paste and chocolate spread like Nutella, but their Nutty Joy own brand. They can also provide other global brands if requested. Now we are ready to hear Ms. Nurten's presentation. Since everyone introduced himself or herself, we are done with the introduction session. Ms. Nurten, I put your presentation on. Please take the floor. Once you finish the page, tell me next.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Mahir, please mute yourself also. Only Ms. Nurten should be unmuted. All right, I'm sharing. Do you see it? Ms. Nurten, go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. It's nice to see everybody again. My name is Nurten URAL, and I live in the United States, and I've lived in the United States since I was 3 years old. But recently, I'm going back and forth from the US to Istanbul. So I am in Istanbul at the moment, and as Mr. Rashid had said, I'll be here a few months. So I'm happy to welcome anybody that would like to have a one-on-one meeting with me. In the United States, I'm Honorary Consul General for the Republic of Turkey in the Detroit area, and I have been since 2004. I'm also the CEO for the Turkish Resource Center, which we started in 2012, and also for a CEO for URAL LLC, which started in 2000. Before that, I am an interior designer by trade and had my own interior design company for 32 years, and then decided I wanted to do trade between the United States and Turkey. Trade with businesses as well as education between universities, and also I focus on promoting Turkish culture to the United States. Go ahead, next slide. So today we want to talk about doing business in the United States. As you know, United States is a large country, and there's a lot of different opportunities here. Next slide. So the reasons you may want to do business in the United States is because it is a large economy and entrepreneurship is rising and booming. There's lots of opportunities. Of course, a huge consumer market. It's a country that is a leader in innovation. Next slide. So out of 10 companies, 8 of them in the world are from the US. It has a strong legal system. It has a highly educated workforce, and it's a melting pot of cultures, so everybody feels welcome. Next slide. It has a favorable tax regime, it is a good place to live. And if you're in the United States, you have the most access to a global growth. Next slide. So US is usually an extremely stable political environment. It is a country with most advanced technologies, and US companies are encouraged to take risks. For example, if you are a startup company and you fail, it isn't considered a failure. It's considered that it was a tool for learning and experience. So you're always encouraged to start over or continue doing your business. Next slide. So starting a business in the United States as a foreigner, citizenship and residency is not required. You can start a business. However, if you don't have working visas, you are not allowed to pay yourself in the United States. So you need to have certain types of visas for different work environments. Next slide. So to form a business, of course, these are some of the things that you should do before you start, which is market research, writing a business plan, choosing your name, funding, having funding sources for your business, and choosing the correct business structure that is going to help you out. Choosing a business location may be important for your product. For example, if you don't have a visa and you want to open a business in the United States, you can choose a registered agent. Of course, registering your business, obtaining federal and state taxpayer IDs, and applying for the correct licenses and permits, setting up your bank account, maintaining business compliance, and building your network like we're doing here. Next slide. So in the United States, of course, meeting regulatory and compliance requirements. It's pretty easy to open a business, but if you don't comply, there are harsh can't find the word. So you must reply with the regulatory and compliance, so you'll get harsh. And then, of course, some of the challenges are it is a competitive market, so you need to know what you're doing. You need to be able to explain yourself. You need to not have a language barrier. And you need to understand the business etiquette and culture. Of course, every country has a different business etiquette and culture, and it's always beneficial to know these. Next slide. So as Turkish Resource Center, as URAL LLC, we are here to help in the United States. We have such things as soft landing programs. So at a very small expense, there are soft landing programs for your market expansion. Of course, we help you with the critical tools for you to utilize your market growth. We help you with business support, and the soft landing program connects you to local domain experts, providing you market insights and making introductions to the right people. Next slide. Next slide.
Should I pass this one?
Yes, the Turkish Resource Center, of course, we had founded in 2012. And what we have done in the past is helped companies come to the United States and make it easier for them to, and with a shorter span of time, help them to settle in the market. Go ahead, next slide. So we have a wide network in the United States. We have a wide network as far as companies and as far as the government, et cetera, that is needed for business. Next slide. So we help in sustaining relationships. That's important for establishing and enhancing a vibrant economic opportunity for Turkey and the United States. We work between. So we bring companies from Turkey to the United States, also from United States to Turkey. Next slide. Like I had mentioned before, building links across business and government. We can help you with connecting you to the right resources that are needed to either export to the United States or build and expanding your business there. Next slide. In the United States, it's very important for industry to collaborate with academic institutions, especially with a lot of the new technology going on. So many of the industry work with academia, with universities to expand and increase their knowledge in their products and how to make sure their products are coming into the future products, always expanding, researching, etc., with innovation. Next slide. So we also help you not only connecting with the government and different companies, but if you are interested in, for example, partnerships with a company in the US, we introduce you to those companies or with customers. So we would research what your market research, we do market research for what your products are and introduce you to the right customers as well. Next slide. So a little bit about Michigan. We started in Michigan, and as you see in the United States, Michigan is the red area located around the Great Lakes. It has two parts, an upper Michigan area and a lower Michigan area. And the 6 largest lakes are around Michigan. So it's a very tourist area, as well as agriculture. And of course, Detroit is in Michigan, which is the auto center of the world. Next slide. So here's a closer look at Michigan. As I had said, it is located with water all around it, with the lakes, Lake Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, etc. So it has ports coming in from the Atlantic. And it's and it's connected to Canada. So, and it's in the Midwest, so middle of the United States, where shipping can be done anywhere in the United States from Michigan. Next slide. Here are some pictures of Michigan. It's a beautiful state. It has 4 seasons. Next slide. And these are more views of different areas in Michigan. Next slide. Detroit being the biggest city in Michigan, it is not the capital. It is the biggest city, just like Istanbul is the biggest city, but not the capital. But as I said, it is a major port that ships can enter from the lakes to Detroit River. Detroit is best known for its automotive industry. So the three big manufacturers, which is General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis, are headquartered in Detroit. And around Detroit, there are 26 different OEMs that are located there for the auto industry. So it's a huge market for the industry, also for technology and mobility. It's the #1 area for these industries. Next page. So here's a few pictures from Detroit area that you may recognize. Next page. More pictures. And this bridge that you're seeing is between Detroit and Windsor. So I had talked about mobility and technology in Michigan. So you will find about 75–80% of mobility technology is located in Michigan, as well as the OEMs. And there's more than 900 auto manufacturing facilities in the state of Michigan. Next page. So moving forward, what I did this summer is when I was in the United States, we opened a branch of Turkish Resource Center in the Las Vegas area. Las Vegas is on the other side of the United States. And also there are a lot of conventions coming into Las Vegas area. Las Vegas is also the biggest entertainment city in the United States. So next page. Let's go back to the map. Nevada, as you can see on this map, is near California. It borders California and Arizona and Utah, Idaho, etc. So you can see Michigan where the lakes are, as opposed to Nevada. And that's why we decided to open a branch office there so we can cover all of the United States for our customers. Go ahead, next page. Nevada is the 7th largest state in the United States, and geographically it's near California. As I said, Las Vegas, which is on the southern part of Nevada, is most tourist and entertainment area for the United States. Go ahead, next page. So here are some pictures of Nevada. Many people think of Nevada as just buildings and lights and glamour, but it also has some beautiful scenery. Next page. And here's more different landscapes of Las Vegas. So Las Vegas is the biggest tourist destination in the world, not just the United States. The economy of Las Vegas is driven by industries such as the gaming, tourism, casinos, etc. But lesser known is mining, energy, solar. is. And I have learned that it is the only state that has lithium in the United States. It's also becoming a very technology state where startups and new technologies are coming in. People are leaving California for this because California has become too expensive for new startups. It has also very, very expensive, where Las Vegas is an area that has a less expensive standard of living. So many of the companies are starting to come there. Next page. So now you see Las Vegas with all the lights and glamour and casinos, etc. And of course, these casinos handle a lot of the state's taxes. So taxes are very, very low in Nevada and Las Vegas. Go ahead, next page. And Las Vegas is the biggest city that conventions come in. So a lot of conferences, a lot of fairs are held in Las Vegas. And some of you may have gone there to a convention or a fair. So we can help you. Also, what we have done is people coming to some of these fairs, we also help them do B2B meetings outside of the conventions and fairs. Next page. Some of the companies that we have worked with and some of the companies that have come into the United States that were very successful. One is a startup company, which is a Dustech, that first they had set up a company in California, and then they realized that it was not the right area for them to be in. First of all, California, of course, having the Silicon Valley, there's a lot of startups, there's a lot of competition, and they felt that not very many companies or customers pay attention because there is so much there. So then they came to Michigan, and Michigan now, their headquarters are in Michigan. The gentlemen that you see in the picture are the three founders of Adestec. What they have is the first autonomous bus in the US. And at the current time, the bus is going around Michigan State University without a driver driving the bus, carrying students all around Michigan State University. And this is a great test for them because Michigan State University has over 50,000 students running around the streets. So the autonomous bus is very safe going around the streets on campus and carrying students. Now they went to a second area in Michigan, which is a tourist area, the Sleeping Bear Dunes. And now another bus is carrying tourists around the Sleeping Bear Dunes Park. So that was very exciting. That happened just a couple of months ago. Next slide. This is Norm Fasteners. When the ambassador, the Turkish ambassador came, we had visited, and these are the people with the Turkish ambassador, the consul general from Chicago. And this is one of their storage areas. They came in and rented a smaller storage area. They grew into a bigger storage area. Now they're ready to move into even a bigger one because this is getting too small, which they will be doing this year. And then they're also in the process of building a manufacturing building, $100 million worth of manufacturing building that they're doing in Michigan. Next. This is another company that came from Bursa, that came into the Michigan area, and they're very successful as well. Next one. So we could go through these slides very fast. These are some of the delegations from Turkey to the United States. We have helped with organization of the delegations, and here you see some of the people in different companies and different areas talking to purchasing agents, talking to customers, visiting manufacturers. You can see the group that is dressed in the light green, that's Ford Motor Company. And what we did is we organized 40 different purchasing individuals from Ford Motor Company to work with the auto sector from Turkey. Next slide. And these are some other delegations coming in. The first one on the right-hand side is Ford Motor Company again, and then some other companies and educational institutions. So next slide. Just more pictures. Meeting with governor, meeting with different associations and companies. Also, just recently, the current Turkish ambassador came to Michigan. We organized their 3 days that they were there, organized their schedule. Last year, the Azerbaijani ambassador came, and they had asked me to organize their program in the Michigan area, and we did that as well. Next slide. Just more pictures, delegations from Turkey to the United States. This was the investment office of the presidency of Turkey that came to Michigan, and we organized their stay there as well. Next one. So these are just some different groups. E2 Integrate, you may be familiar with, has a program here. When they came to the United States, we also helped them organize some of the meetings for them. Next slide. And there's other programs like the Cochrane program is a agriculture program that comes into the United States to see different institutions to help them learn more about the U.S. ag market. Next slide. We also have done programs like to introduce Turkish cuisine to the United States, and this was really a nice program. It was sold out, and there was also 75 people waiting in line to get into this program that we couldn't take, unfortunately. Next. And we also have done like Turkish wine tasting products from Turkey to restaurant owners and sommeliers, and Turkish wines were very well liked. Next slide. So these are just more pictures. Go ahead, next slide. We'll go through them quickly. And these are delegations to Turkey from US companies and US educational institutions. Next slide. These are more delegations from the US to Turkey. Next slide. This was last year a very well-known designer from the United States that came into Turkey to purchase products. And what he sells is, as you can see, he's very well, nicely dressed, and that's what he sells is men's suits. I had brought this gentleman, Monty, 12 years ago to a fashion show in Istanbul. And since 2012, he has been buying products from Turkey, textile products. And he has, in 12 years, he has expanded to many, many well-known stores like Macy's and Nordstrom's in the United States. And he was here last January buying more product. And the next picture, you can see their group here in the United States at one of the meetings. Next slide. We have also held conferences here in Turkey. This was a technology mobility conference for customers from Turkey. Just more pictures of the same conference. Next slide. And these were some other conferences. We had a conference of the university and industry collaboration. Next slide. And then one of the conferences we had was Creative Economies. Next slide. And then one other one was the One Health program. This was in Konya. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Ms. Nurten. I already shared your presentation within our exclusive group. I have a question. What are the challenges of Turkish companies to enter US market? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, there are challenges for Turkish companies. First of all, the challenges are not being prepared when you come to the United States. As I had mentioned, that there is a bit different business culture in every country, I think, and there is a different business culture between Turkey and the United States. So you must be prepared. American companies likes to get directly to the point, ask you what you want, and expect you to answer that. And as we know, in Turkey, usually companies like to know you better and socialize with you and know about your family. American companies don't care about your family or your personal life. They just want to know what business you can bring to them and how they can benefit from you. So being prepared.
You can say they are straightforward.
Yes.
But we are very emotional and social.
Right, right. So, and also coming to the United States, having the proper documents or brochures and being able to promote yourself in a little bit of time is important. And of course, coming to a new country, it's important to be able to get professional help, how you pay your taxes, what are the legal on setting a company, because there's a number of different types of companies you can set. Do you need an LLC? Do you need a corporation, a partnership, etc.? So those are very important to know. As well as, of course, when you come to a country, you don't know how to get your license or even finding location or finding housing, etc. So we can help with all that.
Thank you, Ms. Nurten.
And one of
Anybody-
the, I'm
If
sorry, let
anyone
me,
has question, please raise hand. You can do it through the Zoom or physically.
I can also, one of the mistakes that some companies made, I can give you an example of it. For
Please, yeah.
example, one of the wine companies in Turkey came to the United States to promote their wine. And what they did, as we Turks all like to do, is hire the most expensive, the most biggest distributor in the United States. And that is a huge mistake, I think. Because if you have a Turkish wine that is not well known in the United States and you go to a big distributor, the big distributor is not going to promote your wine, even if it's excellent quality. They're going to promote the wines, the French wines or the Argentine or the Italian wines that they can sell much easier. It's much easier for a company that is lesser known to go to a boutique distributor that isn't as expensive. And this wine company signed a 10-year contract with this distributor. So they couldn't go back to a different distributor, which was a big mistake. So we try to help companies not make these mistakes.
Wonderful.
So what you're saying is also finding the right partner is very important.
Yes, yes.
This is not necessarily all the time is the biggest in the market.
Right, right. And for example, a big mistake that Turkish government did is promoting tourism in the United States. So what they did is they found the biggest PR company in the United States was giving them like $9 million a year to promote Turkey and Turkish tourism. And, this PR company, what they did is they put Turkey on buses and maybe did some promotion on television.
They wasted the money on publication.
Exactly.
But
And
as we discussed before, the best use of the money, bringing them to Turkey, basically.
Exactly. And that's the reason I started to do this collaboration between Turkey and the United States is when I saw the American high-level people coming to the United States. Many people don't know Turkey and they think we're a third world country. And when they come here, they are very, very surprised that how we are very modern, we're very contemporary, etc. And they fall in love, of course, with Istanbul and the Turkish food, etc. So then they start when I bring delegations here, then they start wanting to bring their families, their friends, come here for vacation, etc. So
Ms. Nurten, they are impressed with Turkish hospitality and they always come back, right?
Exactly, exactly. So they could have taken that $9 million, bring people here, and they would have increased that to $100 million.
Exactly. Yeah. You did the right thing. Thank you very much. Ismail, you have a question?
Actually, I have some questions that, first of all, thank you so much for this presentation. It was great. And
Thank
I
you.
got many points really. It's, as you have experienced a lot of, we are in the beginning of the business in our life as young generation. So it's motivated us.
Good.
Yeah, I saw some of the Bursa companies as well. It's make me very happy. And you know, with our some of the material, we will contact with you regarding to US market. That, as I mentioned already, we get all the certifications, everything we have, but still trying, you know, to enter again back. So for that, we will need your help, of course.
Well, we will try our best to help you. In fact, Bursa,
Yes.
we also work with the cultural events in different cities. So Bursa and Detroit, we are working on a sister city program. So
Wonderful.
soon Bursa will be sister cities with Detroit,
Wonderful.
and we'll have more connections with Bursa.
We wish. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Dari, go ahead.
Yeah, Ms. Newton, nice presentation as usual.
Thank you.
So the question is, why are you not talking to the Turkish government and get half of the $9 million and consult for them?
That's a good idea. I tried. But for some reason, they don't believe me.
Yeah, so Turkey can actually, I mean, Mr. Rashid, I believe, has a bit of network in government in Turkey. So how can Turkey actually come together and make that presentation to government? Because this is real solution right here. You understand? So the way it works in Nigeria, you actually need somebody in government to actually make a case on your behalf. And I think Mr. Rashid has got that connection in government. So this is a practical solution. And the question is, how do you present your case? Have a meeting with government, with maybe the Minister of Tourism in government, and make a presentation to him. You're going to be in Istanbul till the end of the year. So I think you should actually explore that option and see who in government you can make a presentation to, and you know, everybody's happy. So coming back to Nigeria, you said something about sister city project. So the question will be, how can we, you know, use all of this intellectual property rights you've got, and you know, look at Nigeria and see what we can do in Nigeria, sister city programs, exchange programs, and all of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I think it's a great idea. We work a lot with the, actually, I'm an advisor for the MENA Chamber of Commerce. So we work with a lot with the African countries as well in the MENA Chamber of Commerce. So I'd love to talk to you more about that and how we can work together with Nigeria as well.
All right. Thank you very much.
Any other question? Closing remarks. Miss Adenike, you live in the States. You are at the States now. You are Nigerian. How did you find the presentation?
Oh, thank you very much. This is a very good presentation, and thank you so much, Mrs. Uriel. This is an eye-opening presentation that will just not limit ourselves to only Turkey and trying to get some more businesses, like trying to produce CBD oil, you know. I would like to talk to Mrs. Uriel later.
You can develop similar projects within Nigeria and United States also.
Yes, please. Thank you very much.
I look forward to talking to you more.
You,
and maybe when I'm in the United States, we can meet there. I'd like to welcome you to Michigan,
all right,
which I think would be a great area for you.
Thank you so much. I would like to meet you there. Thank you.
Miss Melis, any question or closing remarks?
Thank you very much. It was a clear and nice presentation, and really nice to meet with Ms. Nurten. As we have mentioned before, that I have graduated from California State, and I had refreshed my mind with the presentation, and I will check our possibility to export to US, and I would like to have appointment with her to discuss more developments for the exporting US. Thank you very much.
I look forward to meeting you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes, you can schedule a meeting since Ms. Nurten is.
Exactly.
Or what you can do best is you can take her to your factory.
Yeah, if it is better for her, you know, like I would welcome to pick
Yeah,
her
Ms.
up and
Nurten likes to
show our
visit.
company. If it is convenient for Ms. Nurten, I will be happy to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for nice. Thank you.
Yeah, factory in Istanbul, why not?
In
It's,
Arnavutköy, yes, in Arnavutköy.
Oh,
It's close to Istanbul Airport, and I
she
can arrange you
doesn't,
pick up
she
and
doesn't have a car here as long as you provide
no, I can
transportation.
arrange a pickup. No problem, no problem. It's a pleasure for me.
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Erkan, do you export to States? Closing remarks?
Yeah, I have before 8 years before, I have a experiment about taxes in the United States. I want to ask about it, Mrs. Nurten. I think
For the food?
no, not for food. It was a technology startup with my university friends. I think the taxes and the advantages changed state to state.
Yes.
So you should, if you want to establish a company in US, it's very important to know for which state, for which sector. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
which state is the best, most advantages for your investment? Yeah, that's a good point.
No, for the sector, sector to sector, it changed, I think.
It does change. Yes.
We experienced this.
Yes, everybody thinks that Delaware actually is the place that you should open a
Yeah,
company, and that's not true for every sector.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Our experience like this, Delaware, direct Delaware. We tried to open a company in Delaware, but as after that we discovered that it's not advantage for technology.
Right.
Or
Right.
other states have more advantages for technology startups.
Yes. For example, the Adesta company that I talked about, the autonomous bus, they had set up their company in Delaware and then moved to California, not knowing, what the advantages and disadvantages are. But Delaware is very good for promoting their state and opening businesses there. And they found out that the advantages in Delaware aren't for their sector and for technology aren't as good. So Michigan, for their sector, autonomous bus was much, much better.
Mahir, you have any comments? Do you have any experience with the state?
I haven't had one until today, but it was a really beautiful presentation, by the way. Thank you very
Thank
much. Very like brainstorming ideas, and I'm now thinking of maybe considering anything we can do with between Ghana and the US, because uh, the US already has it already has a global reputation that everyone knows about. But when it comes to Ghana, any product coming from the US or any business development that has any relationship or any relation to do with the US would have a very high reputation. So I think that should be taken into consideration. And I would make a quick study about what I can do, what I can propose, what I can ask. I would research a few points about how we can maybe collaborate between Ghana and the US. Because our company has been based in Ghana for the past close to 20 years, and we have very good connections. As Mr. Dare said, we would, if we had any problems like we have good connections with the government as well. So maybe we can do some collaborations in that sector maybe. I think it was a very beautiful presentation that I was not I wasn't expecting to have these ideas before the presentation, to be honest. So I would like to thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's nice to be an inspiration.
Thank you so much.
Mahir studied architecture in Istanbul. He can speak. It was Sakarya, right? Not Istanbul.
Yeah, I was Sakarya, that's correct, yeah.
He can speak fluent Turkish as well.
Yeah.
Great.
Osman, closing remarks.
Yeah, Mr. Rashid, good morning. Nice presentation. I see that very important for us. As you know, Guinea is today one of the open markets for investor. Mainly in mine fields, exploitation of bauxite, infrastructure, hospital, in many fields. I don't know if there are opportunity to bring investor in Guinea from the United States.
What I would recommend is if you can send me a summary of what sectors there are, what would be beneficial for United States companies to invest, and I can work on that in the United States and see if we can find some investors.
Yeah, also, I mentioned to Dare about this. No company will invest directly as long as it is international tender or sovereign warranty. First, they will start with trade. And if they realize the market is good, they will find a local partner to produce locally. So this is the natural way, organic way. Otherwise, they will have a lot of questions and they will not have their financial risk, Mr. Umut, thanks for joining from Russia. Any closing remarks? Mr. Umut Güler from Moscow. I will unmute you.
Oh, yeah, I didn't realize my microphone was closed. So thank you for inviting. Yes, I will be pleased to join again. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Have a good weekend.
We have a problem with voice. If anybody wants to enter Russian market, you are ready to help. I will share Mr. Umut's contact joining first time. Thank you very much, everyone, for being with us this weekend. Thank you, Ms. Nurten, for
Thank you.
Impressive presentation. Ms. Nurten is here. Mr. Suat, you can visit Ms. Nurten, or you can invite her to your office nearby. Their office in Fairmont, across Trump Tower, Ms. Nurten.
Okay.
Quasar. It's a nice location. I think to develop business with the states. Suat, please host Ms. Nurten. She can introduce you with Turkish suppliers who are already exporting to America. You can get the logistic works, shipments. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for being with us. I wish everyone a happy weekend. See you next Saturday. The speaker is Mr. Walid. He's gonna tell us about business opportunities, real estate, and intellectual property rights in United Arab Emirates. See you next weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.